welcome to another episode of On the Spot. I haven't forgot about the lighthouse painting. We're still going to do that. But before we do that, I don't know if I'll do it in this video itself, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I am working on. This one actually, I was able to take some pictures and share it on my Instagram. Jeff Moser Watercolors there, so you guys could check that out too. My progress. So anyway, just want to show you real quick. This is what I'm working on. New project from Age Robotica. So just want to have you guys join me a little bit on this one. This is one of the current projects that I'm working on. This one is the idea comes about it like it's a robot in a group setting. There's some other robots in the background, and he has a spear. Yeah, I'm really working on developing a storyline, something to. But once I get the inspiration going, I should be. You know, a lot of times, you know, as artists, you just gotta get. I think what it is simple. You just have to start painting. You have to just to start, you know, doing something that really it's off the beaten track or something like that, and you'll. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to go from project to project. Sometimes you need a little break or you need a little refreshing to see what direction you want to go in, and you know, then you get back to another project. You're kind of like, wow, this is cool. You know, so it's kind of refreshing because it's whatever you might be working on. So if, like, sometimes I would go to something like this, and then I would work on a landscape or, you know, one of my flowers scenes or something like that, and which would be totally different than where you're working on a commission work or something, and it's just totally different than what you just, you know, this project. So yeah, you just kind of. So I may not be like following this picture, you know, step by step. You know, at least in this with the on the spot, like I've been doing in the past. I just wanted to show you a little bit what I was doing here, and I had a lot of fun with this one actually. So, and I'm hoping it'll come out in the video here. I'm trying to. It's sort of like what I was thinking about, and that's what I hope it comes across this way, as if there's metal behind this other metal, you know, and then it's like this other metal sticking behind. It's kind of like, you know, that little part there where the highlight is and it kind of sticks out. That's the metal underneath it. It's like almost chrome, a lighter color. You know, that's just other elements of layers involved in these. And I guess that's, you know, cool thing you could do with these robots, you know. So I want to show that there's just more than just the one layer to the robot. You know, it's like it could be multiple layers that you're not seeing, you know, that build up into this it builds into the, you know, your creation of doing this. And really, I mean, I'm not an engineer. I'm not like somebody who would sit there and someone might say, well, that's not going to work, and maybe not, but it looks cool. So, you know, maybe somebody will come along and say, well, it doesn't actually, it wouldn't work out, but, well, maybe, but maybe it would. I don't know. But the thing is, I'm not, I don't do that to study. I'm kind of studying the what ifs of metal, or you know, it's really what my paintbrush is doing, or my paper, what I'm doing here. But if you can create it in real life, it'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I wouldn't exactly. I don't know if I would really want these things to be created, because in some ways these things will look a little bit freaky. So I would not want to definitely meet up with one of these in a dark alley or something. So as a fictional standpoint, it's fun, it's exciting, but then you don't really, the actual, what would it do? What would the what would these machines do? What would they be about? So it's just a kind of a cool concept, and I know robots have been out there, and people have been coming up with their own interpretations of things. And in reality, we're almost, hate to say it, we're heading in a direction in that way, because you know to protect from viruses and stuff like that, you know they would use machines, or unfortunately. So I don't know. But honestly, I drawing it because I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of neat looking, or that's a neat way you could do with watercolor. That's a really pushing the limits. And so many artists have done that with watercolor. I know I'm not the first one to come across and do this. But I know a lot of this is probably done in another medium, another form. But I just, it's a neat thing to kind of just step out of your comfort zones and do something that you just really haven't done, or you're not used to doing. So you guys are just catching me in the middle of this project, so it's sort of like I'm not really fully finished with it yet, but then you didn't see the progress of it, but you're just kind of like catching me in the middle of a project. So, and then you can kind of, view my Instagram page, and just to see what progress I've done. But so I will share this from time to time, some of these videos. Yeah. But it's a process, um, I keep saying what I want to do is like this, sort of like this, the metal forms a kind of a cape or cope, a cope, the uh, a robe, cobe, I said, a robe around him, but yet it's still kind of metal. I've kind of done this in some other projects I've done. There's actually one I was in the middle of working on, and I still have not finished with that one yet. It's a bigger piece, but it has the same concept on that one. And it's almost basically very similar to this piece, but just in a bigger form. So, but this size of paper is easier for me to actually record it for you guys until I get a better equipment. So. All right. Like I said, this one isn't really for me to go step by step, and in a, you're following me along or something like that on this one, because I already started this painting before, and I didn't really think about putting it into the on the spot paintings, but I also didn't want to leave this one out because I feel like it's coming along, and it's got some kind of, points of interest that I really am excited about. and I wanted to show you. A lot of people has been very. We had a lot of videos out earlier, just a few weeks ago or so. I had the Age of Robotica ones, and I wanted to show you this project that I'm working on right now. See, this is still in the deciding factor. I really am deciding what I'm really going to do with it, how I'm going to form the neck. Do I want to add it? You know, you want to have that sense of what direction I'm going with it. The chest, maybe forming this here, giving it some sort of a lot of times you could draw this out with your pencil, but I'm not too worried about this, where this is going to go with, why, oh, he painted those lines, what's going to happen with the painting. I'm not too worried about that, because I can always go, well, you can't really go over it, but then you can kind of say, right here, I'll show you. For a simple line like that, to say I changed my mind, I don't want to do this. You just come across, get it really wet. And then you just kind of, it'll leave a little spot, like it's, say like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh no, no worries. You come across and that line is gone. So it's not that big of a deal, and then you have a little bit of color, but that's fine because this whole thing is going to be all sorts of colors going on. I have a lot of earth tones, a lot of browns, a lot of red to this piece. I don't really want to go. The last one robot I did, you may have noticed, was more blue, purple. So I just like to keep to a same color tone. A reason why each robot's different colors or whatever, I'm still figuring out what. I like to say that they are in different civilizations, different forms of robots, different intelligence, that they've were made that way, and also maybe being made that way by by robots. Who knows? So they evolve into that. It's a constantly changing. Maybe they use spears, these weapons, so they're not have to use up the traditional ammunition of weaponry or something. Because a spear you can use over and over again if you had to. If you maintain it. But a weapon, you have to get ammunition, you have to fire it, keep supplying it. So maybe in some ways these machines have realized that it's more practical to use our traditional weapons in some form or fashion that we did in warfare back over the centuries, and turn it into towards each other in some ways. So that's kind of forming the idea of, honestly, I could probably really spend a lot of time on that concept and drawing it, how we're going to do a storyline, but give you a little glimpse of what I'm thinking on, why are these, the images are going, because you'll notice on my Age of Robotica site that there's all sorts of things going on. There's just, and I might even have more peaceful ones, or ones that are living with it, and I'm going to have to work on getting some humans involved. And my one concern is, though, if I draw a person or something out of my head, it's going to end up looking like somebody. you know, or somebody might be upset about that. So that's my one concern, or if it won't look. And also, I want to make it look, you know, to fit into the robots to look like that. So it's still a, you know, it's in transition. It's kind of still forming. The ideas are still coming about. So again, I stepped away a little bit from doing this for about a year or so, and you know, doing the robots, Age Robotica, and because I was doing some other projects that were I felt very important to me, or just doing some commission works for people. You know, so I stepped away from the Age Robotica for just a time, but now I'm kind of coming back into it, and hopefully I might draw more interest in it now that I have a YouTube channel or other things. So I just hope that you guys are interested. I just want to give you a little glimpse of what is going on with what I'm doing, and just try to give you a little inspiration. If you're creating something new, or you have something out of your mind, just do it. Just don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, just do it. Don't stress over, oh, that's too far out of an idea. Just do it, because a lot of these I'm excited about doing, because as a teenager, I would, if my teenage self would come back into the future and see this, they would probably, my jaw would drop, because this is something that I wanted to do back then, and now I'm able to do it now. So, and that's what it's about. Art is doing something that you wanted to do, you wanted to create, make it personal. And again, half of my website, if you look on my regular website or Age of Robotica, were not anything that somebody asked me to do. They were something I just decided to do. And that's what you can do as an artist if you're doing it. You know, and that's great. So don't let the people, anybody, I don't say the people, but I'm just saying in general thinking, saying, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this. And a lot of times it's nobody telling you to do that. It's just your mind, and it's just your you know, lack of confidence in what you can do. And just keep doing it, keep trying. And that's all I'm just going to say. I mean, it took a long time to get here, and it's going to, I see other things on YouTube and or people, artists, I'm like, my gosh. But want to strive for that, or whatever, you know, not to copy them, but to make it my own, but also to say, that's impressive. I'd like to be there. And so we're always working on that thing. So thank you for joining me on this little episode. Just caught me in the middle of doing a project. This may not continue. You may join me back when I'm further done, but I just don't want it to be step by step on this one. This is just you can follow me on my Instagram page, Jeff Moser Watercolors, and hopefully that will come up. I'm still very new to the social medias outlet. Forgive me. So I'm still growing and learning, and like, there's no one here saying, oh, do this, do that. I don't know. So, so it is on Instagram. I'm getting views. People are looking at it. And so if you guys want to do that, just follow me on Instagram, and you'll see more of a progress. Some photos I did put on there. I'm going to work on the lighting to get it a little more brighter. I apologize for those first few photos that I've taken. I will work on that to make that a little more in depth. So thank you for joining me on the spot, and we may continue on this one, but we are definitely going to get back to the lighthouse painting, because I'm still looking at it. I know I said I wasn't done, but I'm almost looking at it and I'm thinking that lighthouse almost looks like done. But there is a few things I like to add to the painting, and I just want to show you what you can do, but I'm just trying to still ponder that. So if you're wondering why I haven't gone back to that video, that's why. So thank you, and you have a good night. And I'm just adding this back onto my, not quite finished my video there. I said goodbye, but then I'm going to come back here and show you this here. Hopefully this comes out. So what I wanted to show you, and it really didn't pick up too well, I noticed on the video itself, but right here, this little part, that's the so you'll be able to see it when you look at the if I made a print of it, or when you look up close at the painting, but sometimes you can't tell from a video because it's pretty far up and you're not able to get the color. So let me just see if I can. There we go. Just trying to see if you guys get that. Yeah, I want to move that into light. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to go for, and I'm quite excited about it. There's. Let me just shake the camera. I apologize for that. There you go. There's a lot of things. I'm trying to. Some things there's in a painting that's my favorite part, and that's one of that. I like the intertwining of the metal. That's what I was trying to go for. As if there's metal underneath the metal, and then it's just intertwining that. And you might see that in real life, or certain things. I can't exactly remember seeing anything like that, but well, there is things you look at machinery, or so that's kind of like that's what I was trying to do with this robot. It's like there's different intertwined metals working together. And also I have a surreal series that I was doing, and I might have to show you on my videos one time of some current projects that I'm working on. They're sort of a world that I created, like a landscape, or I might just do one from on the spot, a whole new one, where it's like the landscape is ground or whatever, but I wanted to make it look like metal, like it was just forming. So that's the fun thing. I really enjoy doing the reflection and doing the light and color and what you can actually do with watercolors. So thank you for joining me. I just wanted to. Sorry to shake the camera so much. I'm trying to not do that as much, but I just wanted to just show you the progress on that piece. So thank you for joining me on the spot. Again, this won't really be a continual series on this actual painting, but it'll actually be, I will, just depending on how many views I get, or based on it, if there's a sense of excitement on this painting, maybe I will get back to it and film it. But I just wanted to just kind of show you what I'm getting at here. So thank you for watching on the spot. Have a good day.